Hey everybody, welcome back. Today we're making the best beef spare ribs on the pellet smoker. Stick around for this deliciousness. Let's get cooking. First, let's get together all of our ingredients. About a cup of beef broth, the Dub sauce, your favorite barbecue rubs, and some classic yellow mustard. And the star of the show, about a half a cow's worth of beef spare ribs. So we're using beef spare ribs today. They're a little bit more cost effective than the beef short ribs that they sell in some of the butchers, and you can find them more easily. First thing you want to remember to do is to tear the membrane, the silver skin, off of the back of the ribs. That's the same that goes for pork ribs, because it's the connective tissue that actually keeps the meat pretty tough to get apart. It's a little bit more of a process with beef ribs than it is with pork, but just make sure to get a couple of paper towels and it should make the job fairly easy. Next up, you want to slather that thing in some mustard. And spread it all around so that the seasoning will stick to it. And trust me, it doesn't really change the flavor, it just creates a nice coating for the favorite beef gospel rub from Meat Church and the Holy Cow, which seemed appropriate in this case. Spread the seasoning on pretty liberally. You want to get a nice coating of it so that you can have a nice bark on the ribs when it gets out. Do the same thing on the other side. Give it a nice pat dry. Slap some mustard in there in whatever shape you want to, and then season it up accordingly. So once your pellet smoker is preheated to about 250 degrees, you want to slap the ribs on there for, it's going to take about 3 to 4 hours probably with the rack this big. While we're waiting, we want to make the Spritz to go on the ribs with a combination of some beef broth and some of the Worcestershire sauce. I just bought this little spray bottle from the dollar store, and it's coming pretty handy for barbecue. Once again, when the smoker is kicking up, Roxy's usually not far behind. You want to give it a good spritz with this mixture about, I don't know, every hour or so. Should keep it nice and moist. After about 3.5 to 4 hours, the ribs should be probe tender, or if you want to use temperature-wise, it should be somewhere around 205 degrees. But either way, the probe should kind of slide in pretty easily like butter. You can really see that the ribs start to pull back quite a bit from the bones, and that's kind of a signal too, because there's so much fat in them that they kind of shrink up. I like to leave mine a little bit more firm just because it does help to kind of keep the meat together a little bit more so instead of all falling apart. After you let it rest for about 15 minutes, they're ready to cut. And this stuff is like pot roast on a bone. The fat in the beef ribs really keeps it super moist. This stuff just kind of flakes off in your fingers. And when you get time, have a little fun with your food too. And that about wraps it up. These beef ribs are easy and delicious, and I hope you get to make them for yourselves and your family. If you like this video, please like and subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Otherwise, keep on grilling. We'll see you next time.